Welcome back to another episode of Facing Fear, Zero to Backflip. Back here at the Whistler Airbag. Big thanks to Lisa and the team for letting us use it again. Stoked to get back into it with Coach Michael Sousa. Mike, since our last session when we got those first couple of flips, I came back for one practice session.
Sick.
Really good.
Yeah, nice. Awesome.
I was kind of telling you over text there when we were chatting during the week. Kind of had one flip where I landed like really poorly, landed on the bike, kind of hurt my side here, cut my shin. And that was enough for me to realize that like I was done with that kind of lack of commitment in the air and pull it out. But it kind of gave me the energy I needed to actually get it around and land the next one.
Yeah.
So it was a really, really good session after that. I think I landed most of the flips, we did like 25 flips.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, that is like the hardest part of the flip. Like you do hear people say about the backflip, you got to be like all or nothing or send it kind of mentality. And you don't have to be that personality type, but you do for that initial commitment to like learn how to like really get the full rotation those first couple of times, that kind of movement. So I'm stoked that you found that and like broke through to this side of it of just now you can kind of break it down a little bit.
Exactly, yeah, it's been a crazy process because like rationally it obviously makes sense to get it around to your wheels. That's the safest place to land. Yet our brain somehow wants to pull out halfway through and have us land on our head. But we have that lack of commitment. So yeah, it's been really cool kind of testing that and getting to that higher commitment point where I can land them consistently. Hoping I can jump back in here and do that today. I've done a couple of straight airs just warming up. Yeah. See how we go. It's
perfect.
You've got a whiteboard in hand. I'm excited to see what's in store for today.
Yeah, well, during our warm-up, I just kind of like you know, doing a couple of straight air warm-ups just before we turn the cameras on. I'm kind of trying to warm up my brain as well about like how to best explain it and understand where you're at right now with the journey. And so I did a few flips and then really trying to be very mindful through the process. And it can be tricky to kind of like remember what things were like before we knew how to do them well. And so in those tries, I'm trying to just kind of be very mindful and just almost like less is more and just kind of let it roll through, not really push anything and just what am I really feeling? And in doing that, I kind of felt like I wanted to draw some stuff up and kind of see how you feel about that.
Yeah, amazing. I'm
maybe
a visual learner. So
great. So it's pretty handy just having a little whiteboard here. So I'm just gonna draw the ramp here and then we can get a sense of like that feeling and help the viewers kind of better understand what we're looking for in that initial initiation of that rotation. So when we're pressing through the ramp, like any jump when we're trying to create pop, we were talking about before, we want to keep the bike feeling heavy throughout the ramp. So you want to feel as though your tires are being pressed against the wood and the bike is weighted all the way up here. You got my little crude drawings here. But all the way through this space, especially as we move up higher, we want the bike to feel heavy against the ramp. If we come into it and it feels kind of light, it might mean that we're starting that pull or like thinking about the rotation too early. So in coming in and being heavy and pressed, we're creating a lot of forward momentum, getting that bike away. It wants to go up and away from the ramp. And this is what leads to that cleaner, nicer flip, giving you more time, right? Because now we're at the point where like those early ones you're talking about, you know, where you just want to get around and you can't just like land on your back. You really got to go for it. We can kind of get caught up in forgetting about all this. Right. And we're just trying to like yank it. And so now that we've felt comfortable getting several around, I think it's good time to kind of like, let's practice like laying them out, maybe adding a little bit more entry speed and experimenting with how we press into it. So that's going to give us that greater distance. We'll get a couple warm-ups first to where we haven't done any flips today. So we'll get you doing your flips like how you know how to do them or what you remember from your last session. And then I kind of want to play with this and see if we can change where the rotation starts. Okay, cool. So we can start like flipping over here. I mean, you kind of like, redo that. Let's say you'll always kind of start here, but where you can kind of speed it up or slow it down. In an ideal world, a perfect pop off of it, then you can find like that first 90 rotation is going to be slow and then the rest can be quicker. Okay. Because when we rotate slower, more of that energy is saved for the arc. I see. You rotate faster, you'll come around quicker, but you'll end here shorter in your arc. I see. Does that make sense?
Yeah, rather than doing the flip up here.
Yeah. So if we delay the first 90 rotation or kind of like mellow it and then we can experiment with how we can speed it up. We can maintain that consistent arc of that nice air while still getting our full rotation.
Okay, so
Yeah. With the airbag being quite a big bag, we do have the luxury and safety of like being able to make those mistakes.
Yep.
So if we find an early rotation and we're short on the bag, we still got enough bag to catch us. And if we kind of a little too late, nosedive, maybe not quite the arc, we still have enough bag to catch us.
yeah,
So
amazing.
let me get up,
This
warmed
kind of
up with
brings up a
the.
question from
Yeah,
my
yeah.
practice session that came up. Some of the flips I was doing, I was playing around with like different speeds and different amounts of pop.
Yeah.
But not to the point where I feel like I fully understand it yet. Some of them I was doing, I noticed like this sound as I came off the ramp. And I think they were the ones where I was maybe like initiating the flip early, maybe going faster. But I wanted to check in with you there and kind of ask, is that like a good sound? That
It's kind of hard to tell
Yeah.
based on like trying to make the sound ourselves. I have to like see it.
Yeah,
but
okay, cool.
there's always going to be that like, we hear that classic of like the slope riders and the speed and style riders when they hit a wooden ramp, like,
Yeah.
like that's a beautiful sound. That means heavy tires.
Okay.
But it can sometimes be different. Like maybe it's a different sound that you're describing.
okay,
I'll
cool.
be able to tell.
I
later.
don't have one of those flips today, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like a good way to put it would be if we can have even weight on both tires
Yeah.
until the kind of about the black line, and then your weight will be a little heavier on the back tire, just a little
Okay,
bit.
cool.
But if our back tire is heavier than the front tire from the beginning,
Yeah.
then that's an early
I've got
rotation.
a feeling that might have been what was
Yeah,
happening.
maybe.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, we'll get a couple rotations going after a little warm up and
Yeah.
see where we're at.
amazing.
all right.
Sounds good. Okay, I think it's backflip time.
The next, excuse me. Oh yeah, Jake. Oh, I love to see it. Wow, that was beautiful. How did that feel?
So good, man.
You got a big smile on your face.
Yeah.
Could almost see it through
It
the full
hurts so much
face.
less when you land it.
That was sick.
Thanks, man. It's that commitment piece. Like,
Yeah.
like you kind of showed me doing that practice up the top for just visualizing it.
Yeah, no, I saw you doing that and I was so hyped. I was saying to Zach, oh, check this out. He's like coming in and visualizing, because that's key, right? Like that's almost the wall that you got to get over in order to really see that it's actually easier than you think. That
such a
first part of the
different-
rotation.
Like it's such a different amplitude, like warming up doing a straight air, which is like you can almost do nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Then to do a backflip, you have to do so much.
Yeah,
So
like
it's,
it's all in the amplitude. Like,
Yeah.
I don't believe that anyone with a nice, clean looking flip isn't able to do like a good press, like a really nice pop.
right.
It's an integral ingredient in it. And
Yeah.
so when you can do that, you buy yourself like so much time and and a larger weightless window to where you don't have to worry about like, oh, I'm going upside down. Am I going to get right side up? Like there's a nice big space there where
All
you
time
can
in the
feel
air.
it. You can be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm good. Like it's nice cushion.
It's so nice seeing that landing and be like, yeah, I'm making it around.
Yeah, you demonstrated it beautifully. Like your rotation point in your arc was centered like really nicely. Like it looked like you were fully upside down at your highest point, which is what we want. And the other thing that I noticed that was really impressive, especially like this early on in your progression, is probably a testament to all that training with the air house and on the trampolines and stuff, is just that air awareness. Because I could notice that you did your press, you popped it nice and kind of waited a little bit. And when maybe it was a feel, maybe you saw it, maybe you're not even aware of it, but like this tiny little bit of in kick with the elbows and knees, and you corrected your rotation at that midpoint and just nailed it like perfect. Sometimes we're a little bit late with that correction, but it looked like you spotted it early. It was like, okay, time to bring it in. It spun right around and like pedals to the wheels. Yeah, it was really good, really nice.
Do a couple more kind of.
Yeah, I don't
get in
even
the
really
flow.
want to talk too much more and just keep you in that zone more like feel
Yeah.
and do a few more of those. Like,
Thanks for that.
it was
Thanks for
great.
the
It's really
encouragement.
beautiful. I
Awesome.
might join you.
Okay, let's do it.
This Steve. Hey, all right. Oh, I love it. Sick.
Was that
Awesome.
one like a little faster, a little earlier?
That one was
Yeah,
pretty
look-
good.
look-
What were you asking? Sorry.
It felt like a little bit like what I was trying to explain to you when I hear like I
Yeah.
initiated the flip maybe a bit earlier than the first
A
one.
little bit. It was like if you take your height off the top of the bag, it was lower down.
Okay.
And so that means you likely more rotation or like less mellow. It was kind of like a little bit more. But at this point, like we're kind of fine tuning. It's like that's the polishing. We're being like pretty critical of our flip, which isn't a bad thing. Like we are trying to understand it as much as we can so we can feel really comfortable when it comes time to put it down to a lander or a dirt. So it's nice that you have that awareness. Like you're right back coming up and it's like, it's a little tiny mistake with your feet, but you can feel it. Like you're recognizing that as huge. So I love that.
It's good just to connect, like, here's what I'm feeling, matching the reality, like what you're saying.
Definitely, yeah. Like overall, you're lower.
Coaches, we can be so self-critical. It's like
100%. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna stand around for one with my phone next to the lip, and then we can like look at it and maybe see some of that what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. Awesome. That's it. Drop in.
Nice.
Let's go that one around.
Dude, that was sick.
Oh, thanks.
Let's get a little more break.
I got that stage where everyone just feels different.
Yeah.
They don't have that fine tune control yet. So that's it, yes.
So look, you can see that like leaving the ramp with nice long legs, we always like that, right? Look at how straight your back is. We talked about this before. Vertical back and the bike is being pushed out in front of you on that last stage of the ramp. This is going to create all that trajectory where the bike wants to take off. It gets away from the ramp and we can avoid those flip mistakes of those kind of pulling back and the head's too close to the lip. This is really great. We've set ourselves up immediately for success here with this nice push. Okay. And then nice and mellow. See right here, we're still not quite like
in the head.
Yeah. Looking back, right? But you still did make it around. So this is where
I say by pulling the bike in and using the head of the neck.
So you can see how like you made full rotation with your tuck. That's really good air awareness. Probably again, coming back from all the training you've been doing. Where we can get to where it might feel a little more comfortable or more natural is like, if you notice, like we're landing kind of early on the bag.
Yeah.
And so with that no look or like a late look maybe, and just using the tuck rather than looking, you're finding yourself on an early target on the bag. So we can get, which is cool because like for certain jumps, that would be a good thing. Like perhaps the gap's not all that big, right? And you might have come in a little bit fast. This is how we correct it. Over time, you'll be able to feel when you've done that with a lot of mileage and be able to do that on purpose according to the jump shape. But right here, you know, still being able to recognize how to make it all the way around. You're still on the pedals here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Still on the pedals.
Perfect. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. So all you need to do in order to get a little bit more for the like the shapes of this jump to get in the center would be like a little bit of an earlier look and replace that tuck with the look. So rather than doing both, because if you tuck and look, then you'd over rotate. Like about here, you'd already be all the way around and you're in the early part of the bag. So we're gonna remove the tuck. You're basically like this position here. You wanna try to get in the habit of saving this technique to an under rotation a little bit later if it should happen. That's kind of your like parachute to bring it around. First, we use a little more look and then we use that. And those two together can create a lot of helping hand if we should under rotate.
Okay, great.
Because if we start with the tuck, then you almost get trapped in this like position. It's hard to like look back when you've already done this.
Yeah,
look back,
and I guess you've already used up all rotation potential.
That's right.
It will get around like I did there. Okay.
Yeah, so just like a little more look back, I think, really, and less tuck. Let's see what that does.
Yeah.
We'll try using about half the tuck or even no tuck.
Okay.
And a little more look back.
Okay, great.
Cool. A little like mellower, laid out more flips.
Okay. See if I can do that.
Flipnerds. We should have called the series Flipnerds. All right, nice. So you did precisely that.
Okay.
Very good. The following instruction. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's funny, I came off it like unsure. And I was like, maybe I need to do some more of the practices at the top.
No, you did. Like in this trial and error, we kind of almost find exactly what we need. So you are still landing kind of in the same spot, even though we changed our technique. Like, look at this, look back, right? And we also have less tuck. You're still lengthy.
Yeah.
And then only a little bit of tuck here.
Yep.
And what I'm noticing is that like what we can change in order to get the result we're after, you're still going to look back, you're still going to avoid tucking, but it's the timing.
Okay.
So what we'll do is see how the look back and where we watch the visor rise.
Yep.
Right here.
Yep.
Instead of it being here, at this stage, I would kind of want you to keep it low.
Yep.
And only begin looking back after your rear wheel has left the ramp.
Okay, so it's going to kind of become like press then look.
A little bit, yeah.
Press and look.
I mean, you want it to be a bit connected, like in that demonstration where you're like press then look. Then we create two isolated movements.
Okay.
So you want to be dynamic where it's connected, but you just want that timing to happen that when your visor starts to move, it's after
the wheel
bike has left the ramp, or just as the rear wheel's leaving the ramp.
Yep.
We're going to take that initiation of the visor and just do it later.
So it kind of makes sense. So that's what's a little slower or longer.
Yeah.
It's the feeling involved there. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
A little bit late visor look, and let's see if we can get the same kind of rotation and find your target to be like one bike length further, and we've nailed that.
Yeah, awesome. Man, it's just so useful. Like the other night when I was practicing, all these different variables were happening, but I had no idea why, so I was trying to correct them. But
Totally, yeah. I mean, you're just like throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks when there's no one around or you have no context, and that's usually how most of us learn, right? But it's so much easier with people around you and like resources like this to kind of.
It's so much faster to have someone watch you do, someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, totally. I've learned so much of what we're doing over here at the bags just from mingling with the other riders at the drop-in who are much better than me and talking about the different steps involved and what they feel like.
Yeah.
A lot of what it looks like when you watch it is very different to what it feels like when you do it.
Okay, yeah.
So it helps to talk to people who are doing the trick that you're trying to learn, for sure.
Totally makes sense. Awesome. Okay, so
all right.
Press in as your rear wheel leaves, look in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just a little later, like with this bit, we're going to put the timing later and it's going to work out.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, drop in.
Nice.
It's funny, I feel like my first flip today was the best one.
Yeah. And that's usually how it goes, to be honest.
Is that right? Maybe I'm thinking about it a bit more. Yeah.
Especially for us who are like, can be very analytical and self-critical. Like it's like, okay, this thing, that thing, go. But because we're so interested as coaches to like really understand the science of it, if we put ourselves too much in coach mindset while you yourself are like riding it, it can kind of get in the way a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of feel the difference between like the first one I was feeling it out.
These
ones I'm thinking it out.
Cool. Yeah, maybe we'll spend a little bit less time analyzing and just kind of think about one or two things on this next one.
Yeah.
But what I see on this one, like the timing's great. Look, like keeping that visor low is perfect. The only thing that kind of looks like something here is like this space between our hips and the saddle. It shows like a bit of a disconnection of the bike, right? So there's this like energy that's kind of getting away from us for a little bit of time in the rotation. That right here from the ramp to here, the bike is rotating faster than you are.
Oh, I see.
And so if it feels like not quite right, or it's like not the cleanest rotation, that's why. Even though, again, you're kind of coming around very much aware of where you are, being able to set it down on the wheels, spotting your landing, feet on the pedals, right? So we're still building a lot of very useful skills and air awareness, even when we don't get quite the snap. But if you're just wondering why it feels that way, this is it here. Like we can see in that first 90, that like there's a bit of gap between you and the bike. In an ideal world, like, or in a perfect flip rather, you should feel as though you never really moved your position. And you snap off the ramp and you're frozen and you land perfectly to the wheels.
Yeah, that's okay.
Now, even the best flippers will probably do that, like when you know the jump really well. 2 out of 10 times, 3 out of 10. But just to understand like what it is.
The goal. Yeah, so you do all the work on the ramp and then the flip should just happen.
Yeah. What you can do to experiment is like come out at your usual speed and the same timing of the visor, but try to be frozen as long as you can. And only bring the tuck in as late as you can.
Oh, frozen in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you do your press and like try to avoid any of this kind of stuff and just wait. And then if you see that you're under rotating as a result of that, you know how to tuck it in like real quick.
Yeah.
It's
funny because it's like when we're nervous at the start, we freeze and we do all this work to get out of this freeze. It's like I'm there, you're like, let's freeze again.
Yeah. Maybe we'll change the vocabulary from freeze to like be still. Because we don't want to send the wrong message of like tension.
Yeah.
Right? It's just more of like wait.
Ryan got me to do the same thing at our house.
Oh, okay.
You maybe watched it. It was like bounce higher, wait until he said tuck, and then it was like tuck later.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
similar.
Cool.
thing.
Well, let's try one without the verbal cue, and then we can try one with the verbal cue.
Okay.
And just that first part of the rotation, press off it and still do your look,
Yeah.
but do nothing else with the arms and legs for like a split second, and then do it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mike. I
Hey?
feel like I wasn't able to hold all of that in my head.
Hold
So,
which?
Whatever happened, just happened.
Whatever happened, just happened.
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing on that one is that we're kind of like pretty rear wheel heavy.
Yeah.
And so there's like a little bit more length. Look how much straighter your legs are here.
Yeah.
So we want to be a little bit closer to the bike
Yeah.
when you leave the ramp. This is the first time we've seen this one, so we're kind of like,
This was
is a
the
new thing.
one I was talking about at the start.
Oh, that sound
Yeah.
kind of thing?
So I guess that answers that
Yeah.
question. That's when you're rearward.
When you're kind of like manualing off the ramp.
Yeah.
And so now it kind of a little bit similar to what we talked about before. You're creating a rotation where the bike starts to rotate faster than you do, and then you're trying to catch up to it or tuck into it to reconnect to that rotation speed. But here, even more of it. So here we have like a very rear wheel heavy takeoff, and then it's like you're manualing off. And so now you're like, you really have to do some work in order to get over back to the bike because it wants to rotate much faster than you do. And so because now you're kind of developing a feel, while you may not be able to explain what's happening all that well or understand it completely, you are making the right decisions where it's like, okay, look at how far that bike is rotating away from me, right? It's time to get back to that bike. So you kind of bend the knees there a little bit and it keeps the pedals with you. Still a little bit of gap between the hips and saddle. And then overall, it's like a taller flip, like more space between you and the bike. So that looks like that whole part of like do less maybe, but I mean, you said it when you got here, like, oh, I don't know what any of that was.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever have any like that where you like go in and like, I'm going to think about this in the air, but
For
then
sure.
the air time comes and you don't actually think about
breeze.
anything.
You know what? Every single rider that I've met here that's really good or like has a crazy amount of tricks, everyone will agree that like even people who can do like whatever double tail whip flip, things like that, there's gonna be times where they're like, okay, this is the one, and they just straight air, and you're like, what happened? Like straight air, really? If you don't get the snap or the feeling or something right off the ramp, it can just be like off, like a blur, right? Everything happens on the ramp to start. So you just like push back up, reset, it's all good.
Okay.
Especially with some of those more high risk tricks like this inverted trick. Flip is like a simple trick, but can have high risks. Especially when we move over to a real land or a real dirt, it's important to understand that like, if I don't get that perfect feeling off the ramp, I'm not gonna rotate. I'm just gonna throw the bike or straight air, depending on how you come off the ramp. But for you to like commit to the rotation, it's because you felt it off the ramp.
Yeah. Okay.
Learning that good decision making, and this is what it's all about. I kind of want to do one and see if I can demonstrate. I'm putting pressure on myself now, but see if I can demonstrate what we're looking for, and then we can have the videos side by side a little bit.
That sounds great.
Trying for the perfect flip.
Okay, awesome. That's right. You don't get it the first time, we'll cut it out.
Yeah. Magic of editing.
Yeah.
And okay.
It's a lot of difference there between yours and mine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a little look-see. Yeah, where I'm looking right now is the hips to the saddle. While I still have a gap, it looks to maintain like consistent space. If you look at like the hips and the saddle particularly, they never really change in the distance because that's when we get disconnected from the bike. That's where the bike is rotating at a different speed than you are. Like in an ideal world, you want the bike to feel like it's part of you. Like my position isn't moving all that much and the bike's always with me. I don't rotate at a different speed for the most part. It did result in this situation a little bit of a nose heavy landing. So in doing this, like you kind of get those few first ones to kind of calibrate because it does feel really chill and it's a trust move. This becomes super valuable to when it comes time to do it to a lander because you will have to rotate slower than we're rotating here because you can see like we're not going to do, when we go to do it on a dirt or on a lander, it's not a flat surface, we have slope. So we wouldn't want to land real heavy like that. So kind of feel like maybe we'll try, if you can replicate something like this.
Yeah.
And then recognize that it's still safe. We kind of find that cushion, but you want to, let's make the goal to rotate very still.
Yep.
Do your pull. You can see like the look.
Yeah.
It's still there.
And right when the rear wheel's leaving.
And then just as the rear wheel's leaving, all I'm really doing is like a little bit of toe down, keeps the hips with the saddle. You can see that toe right there? By pointing, well, it's up now, technically to the sky, but it feels, you go that toe down, it hooks the pedal, and doing that keeps the rear wheel underneath your hips. If we're a little bit flat-footed, then the rear wheel kind of gets away from your hips.
Right, yep.
So maybe we'll come off, try to be still, and just think about that little bit of toe hook once you're upside down, and wait. It's gonna feel like kind of slow, but trust it.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
You okay, Jake?
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. I don't know what happened that time. That's all right. Go back up and try that again.
Your shoulders okay? Your back all right?
Yeah.
You didn't get pretzeled too hard?
No, not too hard.
Okay.
I don't even know, man.
Yeah, no, you're very still. It was good. Just that initial pull is still there a little bit, like can still be there, because that wasn't like really there.
I didn't do that.
Just a little bit more look back. The same thing as what you did with more look, and it'll work.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I almost need to go back to like feeling it again, just like not thinking, if that makes sense.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm kind of overthinking it right now.
Yeah, maybe
Get
just do a couple of dry flips, relax, forget about everything we talked
and then
about.
we can go back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, we're thinking now coming down, and it's messing with our heads a little bit. In the spirit of that, let's turn off all the thinking, and I'm gonna come up with you, and we're just gonna flip together with no instructions for a little while and get reset.
It's probably me too. Like it's Crankworks week right now. There's so much going on. We're brains in so many different places.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I think this would be a good move. Let's
Cool.
just get some flips in.
Yeah, keep it fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That felt better. Nice. He makes it look so easy.
That felt like the best one all day. Woo. Feels good to like do what you're teaching, because then you can really stay with the client or with the guest. And with Jake here, it's like really feeling good. Here he comes. Nice, Jake. That was sick. That was the most beautiful looking one I've ever seen from you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Trying to copy you. That's why.
That was awesome.
Thanks, dude. You as well.
That almost looked like, you ever see the like look through flips where people like look through their arm?
Yeah.
Like I know you didn't look through, but the way you like mastered the rotation in that example was exactly how you can then create variations. Like I know that's well ahead of where we are, but when you have a flip like that on lock, this is where when you can do like flip combos or flip something else more easily, or like that's kind of when you want to start doing that stuff, is you need to be able to do that. So to find that nice clean rotation this early in your progression is so sick. Yeah. Let's see if we can get a little bit of replication there without talking too much.
Amazing. Thanks, man.
Some mileage.
Okay, another one like that.
Nice. Very nice, very nice.
Thanks, man.
That was awesome. How did that one feel?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I guess like feel more natural, more relaxed.
I mean, that's it. Like when they can't, I feel like they can't look like that without you feeling relaxed. And
Yeah.
I mean, you can argue with me if you feel like you didn't feel relaxed, or you can tell me otherwise, but you looked relaxed.
Yeah, thanks, man. No, I felt it. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. That's sweet. I think we'll work towards some mileage here. And just can work with what's working, because we're not really talking as much and just kind of like feeling it out more.
Yeah.
And then just keeping an eye on the fatigue a little bit. Maybe like getting a few more of those in, and then a quick little drink break, and we can talk about what available progression might be available today.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that.
Does that sound good?
Yeah. Yeah,
Beautiful.
amazing.
All right.
I feel like, this mileage is helpful, because it's like, even though we're not talking in between each one, sometimes it takes me a few more like slips and then I'll feel what you were talking about 3 flips ago or whatever.
Totally. And I think that, like, I mean, you'll know being a mountain bike coach as well, where it's all about like recognizing what's working for that particular learning style.
Yeah.
And when we identified that we're overthinking clearly, and it's like you were performing better when we had just maybe 1 or 2 things to think about and then go shortly after mentioning that and not dwelling too long, then we really started to see some progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, some consistency too, which is fantastic. Yeah, so let's keep it there for a little while, a few minutes, and then maybe we'll get a little break in and we visit what's next.
Sounds good.
You.
The drop, yeah.
This time.
You can see like when it kind of comes around, that first half he's got his eyes or visor in the same spot, and then that snap is when he moves his visor, like noticing that like how high he's off the bag, and it's like, okay, this much more, a little more tuck, and it goes whoosh, like right. There's like 2 speeds within the rotation. It's nice having that ability to like rein it in. He's got it. Nice, Jake.
That's not good.
So with those 2 different speeds where you can feel like when you tuck it speeds up, in order to set ourselves up for the future of where we're taking this to a slope instead of a flat, you're gonna start to remove that second half.
Okay.
And then that's kind of the most beautiful part of it, is that it feels even more natural because you just sit in that initial rotation you created off the ramp and you don't find that little bit of tuck unless you've made a little bit of a mistake on the pop. So you still have that available, but it's likely that if you got that perfect press like you've been demonstrating here, when you have a sloped landing, you're just gonna wait and you find that you land perfectly nose down, right? Here, you're noticing that like, I'm this high off the bag, I need a little more rotation in order to have the bike underneath me ready for impact to the flat. When we don't have impact to the flat, you're gonna remove that entirely and you just like glide to a finish. Yeah, so that tuck will be removed later.
Yeah. So for now, if I land a little bit nose heavy, that's almost good?
Yeah, I mean, if we're prepping for sloped landing, it's good prep. Yeah, for sure. And you can like picture that when we do have a slope there, you're likely not gonna have any tuck. And if you do, it's like way less than what we're doing now, because we're gonna take 90 degrees or like 50 degrees of rotation off.
Out of this left, well. Okay.
Significant, it's a fair bit. So how about a handful more or whatever you feel like? We'll take a little break.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, love it. Connected to the bike, that was really good. Yeah, that was really clean.
That felt like less tuck. I wasn't even really thinking about that. It just ended up that way. So.
And you're like the most connected to the bike on all the tries there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
There were others where it looked really perfect, nice arc, same target. But of all the tries, that one looked like you moved the least and achieved that exact same target. Nice rotation. It's like the arc that we drew on the board before. The arc and the rotation happen more simultaneously, as opposed to being like rotation and then arc, and it's like fighting each other a little bit.
Right.
It's just like a beautiful like ribbon.
And that, like in the air, I had this thought that I wasn't gonna make it around. Then I did. So
Yeah.
That was a cool realization.
Yeah, that's gonna be the feeling when we have like perfect flips. You almost always, and the same thing happens with 360s. Like, I don't really do 360s, I'm still learning that one.
Yeah.
But people who do them have said the same thing about the ones that land perfect. In the last like 90, you feel like you're definitely under rotating.
Okay.
But you just gotta wait and it's gonna work.
Just be patient. Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna cut you off soon if you don't cut yourself off, but you can go again. Just because I don't wanna wear you out before what's next. It's looking good though, it's looking great.
2 more, skip the last.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Nice. Sweet. Feeling good.
Feeling good so far. Yeah, that was good to get some more mileage. And
Yeah.
I feel like on some of those, I was perhaps tucking a little less than when we first started this morning.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see it where you kind of just let the rotation get there instead of like, because it's kind of like, if you think about more foundational biking, like when you pedal and then you find yourself braking, and we're trying to like remove both and we find a smoother, more flowy ride.
Yeah, do less.
This is where, This is where like you're like, if you pull, and then now you have to like stretch out your flip, or vice versa, you come out long, now you have to, if we can find that beautiful press where it just rotates naturally to find that full rotation, and you're just there, you don't need to like correct, that's the goal. And you found some of that in your tries early on, which is fantastic. Let's see. So I'm thinking what we do now, if you're up for it, is we start to ride the lander bag with some straight airs and get comfortable to what that feels like. You've ridden the lander bag already a little bit?
No, I haven't touched
At
it.
all?
The other
Okay.
day when I was here for a practice session, I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what, I'm going to wait until I'm with the professional.
Okay.
Head to
Well,
the safe way.
Perfect. The time feels right now, so if you're up for it, well, it's kind of like, again, when we change the terrain, we just go way back to what we started with. Just in the same way that we introed this bag, we're going to intro that bag. It's going to be a few straight airs, understanding the speed check. We'll talk a little bit about the commitment involved, because now there's a little bit of like a step up to it, and that can create a little bit of feelings about the blindness factor. But you know, we'll chat about it at the top, see how you feel.
Kind of like, I guess what we went through with the fear around like the nesters step up.
Right.
At least now I can draw on that experience and hopefully use it now.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go up there and see how it looks.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Okay. So we are behind the smaller of the two landers. This ramp is identical to the ramp over there.
Okay, that's good to know.
So that part's going to be exactly the same. But looking at it visually, like what's going through your head?
Like, it looks steeper.
Looks steeper?
My brain must be playing tricks on me. That's okay. I know
Yeah.
you can ride steep ramps, so that's okay.
It might be a little bit of a visual illusion because the bag is higher than the
Yeah.
ramp. And
Totally.
so there's just like more behind it, like above it,
Yeah.
sort of, when we're looking at it from here. That one there is the top of the lip is pretty much with the top of the bag. And so you don't have anything above the lip, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that could be playing tricks on you a little bit. But you're saying that you look at it and you feel like you can do it?
Yeah, I feel like it's like I can do. It's just like
Okay.
a bit of a switch of gear to be like go back into like jump in the bike, landing on a landing mode. So yeah, I'm excited to give this a go.
Cool. And if you think about the Nestor's jump, right? Can you see some of the similarities there where we have a step-up setup? There's
Yeah.
a mandatory gap element to it. And it's also kind of blind, right?
Yeah.
When you're coming up to that step up at Nestor's, we can't really see what's on the other side. We just trust that we remember it correctly. And then we, after a few riding, few mileage attempts.
Where do you usually drop in from when you're doing this jump? Just
Yeah, so I kind of like to sort of say every day could be different, like
Mhm.
the dirt turning different. So I'll like test it every day, but it's usually around about where we're standing. It's kind of why I wanted to bring us here when I first looked at it. It's like, this is going to be where we're dropping in from, more or less.
Okay, so
But I'm happy to do the honors of guinea pigging it for
thank you
speed
very
today.
much. What a
And
gentleman.
yeah, and then I'll come on back up and we'll talk about it some more before the first little drop in. Of course, we're doing just a straight air for the first one, just to dial it in and learn the speed.
Yep.
And so you're just going to go back to your nice press, get that arc, and then put it down. You can expect with the lander that the ground is going to be like, it's still going to be like a marshmallow, like
Yeah.
softer than the mulch,
Right.
but it's going to find a firm layer underneath that. So
Okay.
you'll sink for a while and then
Yeah.
it'll firmen up
Catch it.
in that bottom layer and it'll ride forward. So
Okay. Yeah.
you don't need to brace for too much impact.
Yeah.
Not nearly as much as what we're feeling on the flat.
Okay, cool.
And you try to keep your eyes up and be prepared to brake.
Yep.
And sometimes the first couple goes, we're like, whoa, what's going on? And we're late to react.
Yeah.
The good news is there's nothing behind the bag, a lot of run out. So if you take a little bit late on there, you're still okay.
Yeah, so
Okay. So a little speed check and then I'll come on back before you drop in.
sounds good, huh? Feel there, Mike?
I feel pretty good. But I would say like from where we're standing, pedal to the wooden bridge.
Yeah.
On the other side of the wooden bridge here, is like a no pedal zone.
Yep.
And it's brakeless. And that'll be a good starting point. And then we calibrate just based on how we felt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it one more time just to confirm that's how I feel and be a little bit more mindful on my pedal strokes. And then I'll come back up and we'll get our first little straight air drop into lander.
Okay, amazing.
Sweet. Just want to double check that speed. 3 cranks, nothing on the other side of the wood, no brakes. Let's see what that does. Zero braking. And then you can choose how much you press. Like my first press was significantly more.
Yep.
And then my second press was pretty weak.
Okay, yeah.
And so I probably lost a good bike length and a half kind of thing from first to second. So yeah, I would pedal to the wood, no brakes, basic press, and keep your head up after you land.
Okay, sick. Let's do it.
You got it. View. New jump. Yeah, Jake. That's good. Whoa, a little big. Might have come in a little hot there with a big press. You good?
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't know what happened there. I just kind of got into the air and felt like I was really high.
Yeah.
So that I freaked out. I was like this to it. I couldn't see myself getting down, so I just kicked the bike out.
Yeah, I think it looked like you pedaled about the same number of cranks, but you're like, you pressed into each pedal like with conviction, and the press was also like a big press.
Yeah.
So maybe like a little bit of that hype, but remember we're kind of like dialing back to the energy of when you first hit the bag.
Yeah.
That's actually, the way that you pedaled in is gonna be good for when we are rotating, because we do need a little bit more like amplitude.
Yep.
But we're not there yet. I wanna just kind of like go super basics and get comfortable with the bag first.
This has been a bit of a trend with each new jump I hit.
You're like
hyped.
Yeah.
Because of maybe some fear. Okay.
Yeah. So like you're not wrong in how you're pedaling with like conviction.
Yeah.
If it's time to like when we're flipping, that's how we want to pedal in there.
Yeah.
But because you do want to come at the ramp a little faster for flips than straight airs. But right now, just like cut what you did totally in half. Like super chill.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice thing about the bags though, you can make those pretty big mistakes and it's all good.
It was good just to have a landing.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, nothing hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jake. That looks much better. It's super chill. All right. Okay, I'm gonna try and flip one now. First one on the lander today. Nice.
I'm gonna try flipping this on and see what Mike says. Did you land that one?
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
dude.
It's like
Looked awesome. Yeah.
I was starting to do them just to kind of put myself in the mindset of what you're gonna feel and how we're doing it here. How are those last airs feeling?
Feeling good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm feeling comfy with the jump now.
Sick.
Seeing you flip, it's kind of, I was just saying to Zach, like, I want to try that.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and that's also honestly kind of why I'm doing it as well. It's not only for me to get a feel, but like for you to be able to see it. And then like naturally you have a reaction to that. So that's good to hear that you're like, it doesn't make you nervous, it makes you anxious to try it.
Yeah, excited. Yeah.
Cool, okay. Well then, what I'd like to kind of do is like, let's see if we can get a couple of straight airs where you kind of create more amplitude. So I want you to try and go, not necessarily as high as you can go, but just see if we can create more pop on your airs and still land two wheels.
Right, yeah, so similar to what we did at the dirt jumps, like that, heels down, toes down.
Yeah, I just want to see
distance.
if we can, because I know you're capable of that big pop.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we can still channel that, even though we're on this new bag. Just the mental side of it, like checking how we're doing.
Yeah.
Can we still step into that like movement with how you press with authority? Because that first initial part of the rotation needs that solid press. So that's how we can test it without going into the rotation just yet.
Okay.
But we're very close. We'll get a couple of nice big presses and see if we can get more amplitude and a clean landing.
Yeah,
all right.
Is it?
Yo! Nice. Nice. How did that feel?
Yeah, good.
Landing was smooth?
Landing was smooth.
Sweet.
There's probably space for some even more press.
Yeah, like you can, what I was gonna say is like your press looks pretty good. Remember, if you can stay taller longer, that arc line continues to go up before we put a ceiling on that height.
Right, yeah.
So let's try maybe that one for the next one, where you just keep the length in your body as late as you can and see if you can get more trajectory that way.
Okay, sick. Yeah.
Hey, here we go. Nice. Get just a little mileage there.
Okay.
That looked good. You did go higher.
Yeah.
So see if we can find consistency with that height and comfort. Then maybe we'll talk rotation.
Okay. That's good.
Hey, dude. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, good.
I can't wait.
That looks good.
Yeah, feeling good. It is like a a switch or a point you get through, isn't it, where you're like, oh, that felt relaxed or that felt more natural.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like
The reps with it.
less think, more feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it just looks like you're having fun, and like
Yeah.
you know exactly what the bike is. It's just like, yeah, cool.
Excited.
Sweet. Let's each do one more of what we're doing,
Yep.
and then we'll talk about what we can
Yeah.
try next, how it's gonna work. It's pretty chill when we're flipping this, like even more than our chillest ones there.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the hardest part to, like-
guys flipping it looks effortless.
Yeah. It's gonna be, that's the hardest part to like almost grasp or
Yeah.
trust, is that like, I promise you it's gonna feel like you're under rotating and you're actually perfect.
Okay.
Like my last try, I went a little too fast and I could feel it when I hit the ramp. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to slow the rotation way down and just wait.
Yeah.
And I could still land it. I wanted to throw it away. Like I was tempted to just be like, toss it, because I'm still too high.
Yeah.
But if you just wait and don't tuck
Yeah.
and stay long, it's okay.
Okay, cool.
It's also gonna feel blinder than that one.
Yeah. Nice.
What? Oh, cool.
Nice of it.
I saw the camera come on and like,
Yeah.
just camera goes,
Sorry
makes
about
your head go,
that.
no, it's
I
fine.
just kind of, that was so useful for me just seeing it from this angle.
Yeah. I'll get a clean one if you want to see it from this angle. I can do it again. But it's also kind of nice to see that from that angle, because that's a likely first attempt.
Yeah.
You're gonna over-rotate, almost
fine.
like, because we always do it there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do one more if you want to watch from here, and I'll get it clean.
Yeah, mate. Nailed it. There we go. Perfect backflip on demand.
On demand, yeah. I hit the brake on landing, so I get shoved into the front a little bit. That's that knee bobble.
Yeah.
So I braked a little early after the landing, but that's okay.
Better than late, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, really cool to see.
Yeah. So
Again,
you can see, like, you can see here, go like 2 frames back, or like, yeah, a little more forward, a little more forward, a little more forward, a little more forward, right there. So maybe a little bit more forward. Okay, right about here, you can see how by being a step up, this is what's going to introduce that blind factor. Normally on this frame, you'd be able to see your landing, but here you're too close to the lip of the landing, or
Right.
the case pad.
Yeah.
So it's gonna send you the wrong mental signals that you're under rotating.
Right.
But recognize that like you're going over the bag where it gets deeper
Still
here.
moving forward, yeah.
And so where your tires come in, you have more room than you think you do.
Right.
By the
Yeah, I
see how
what
like
you're saying.
yeah, by the
Feel
time
that
your
you're
wheels are
way
coming
down
in,
here, yeah.
you're higher off the bag surface.
Mm.
So it's a big trust move. You're gonna feel like you're not rotating enough, but wait, it's all good because there's more space coming, more available room for your tires when you're on this part of the bag, right?
Yeah.
Because it's sloped. So that's the big trust move. Be very patient with it. And still, with all that said, it's likely the first tries you always over-rotate.
Okay.
Kind of what you saw on my first attempt when you're standing here is
Yeah.
likely what you're gonna see on your first few attempts.
Okay.
And then just dialing it in, more chill, more chill, more chill.
Yeah.
So I have a suggestion or a recommendation, and you can tell me how this lands.
Yeah.
We have what we need.
Yep.
You can agree or disagree, and we'll kind of talk about the feels, but from what I've seen, we have what we need in order to take it over here. I think the right recipe would be to do a couple flips on this bag, because we haven't rotated for a few minutes.
Yep. Exactly what I
Get
was
back
thinking.
to where we were like clean, 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 and they look very relaxed. A short walk up there, maybe 1 or 2 little pep talk, and you go.
Yeah. hell
Does
yeah.
that sound like a good
That
plan?
sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
All right, bud.
Yeah. Well, thanks for always giving me that, like, that check-in. Does this feel okay with you?
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Oh, you need that for sure.
Maybe not. I don't know what happened there.
That's all. I mean, it's just
Great
we
fun.
shifted focus, right? And we're maybe thinking
Yeah.
again, this is good. This is why we come back to this bag.
Absolutely.
You're good though? That didn't hurt you?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Good. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, Jake. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got that one around.
Yeah. So where do you want to go with it now? What are you thinking?
We're kind of at that turning point now, I guess. where it's either we do it or we don't.
Right, a little bit,
I
yeah.
feel like I'm ready. There's like a little bit of nerves there, like there has been in every step, but also I know I can give it a go with this and I'll be okay. So, yeah.
That's cool. I like that. We've seen what can happen with an over rotate. Not really at risk of under rotating. It's very uncommon, like with this bag, because like just where we're at with it, there's way more tendency to over rotate. We want to keep ourselves safe. You have a very good understanding of it. You're not going to under rotate this setup, and over rotating is very safe. Even if you like 1.5 kind of rotation, like super over rotate, you just like throw the bike and you're good. But I suspect that if you do over rotate, it's likely to be my kind of example that happened before, where it's going to be a heavy back wheel landing and just slide on your butt out. However, what I was thinking, and you can see how this lands, is you get one like the try before this one, where it was like just a little bit like lazier or laid out more and like patient, but still connected all the way through. And then right after that, we come here.
Yeah. Cool.
Does that sound good?
That sounds great.
All right.
Let's get that.
Don't think too much. Like, I can see your little ritual before you go. It's really working for you. It's like some of the stuff that you were teaching me when we were doing some of that mental coaching.
Yeah, as well as some of the stuff from your breathe, trust, commit.
Yeah, exactly. So I can see it like that little bit of like this kind of stuff going on before we drop in, and there's like a little push, like a bounce that you do.
That little hole there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's great. Like just keep that up and see if we can get that little bit of like slower, chiller flip.
Okay.
And then we're gonna line this up.
Yeah,
we're ready. Yeah, Jake.
That felt slow and chill.
Yeah.
Slightly probably heavy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. I agree with that. Okay. Feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clearly there's going to be a little bit of nerves creeping in, but we're not going to dwell too long. Yeah. We'll go back to our drop-in spot. We're getting that same routine that you're doing here, and then we're going to pull for that flip just like you do here. Remember, the main thing that's going to change when you get there and do it, you're going to be blind because of that case pad that's there. It's blocking you from seeing how much room is really available. While it looks like you're way too close to the bag, you're not.
Okay.
So just remember, when you get there and you're in the mid flip, just wait. You're okay, just wait.
Okay, yeah.
Don't throw the bike.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jake. There it is. Yes, good. Woo! That's the first time he's ever tried it.
Is that the flip?
To the lander, anyway. Yeah. Nice, Jake.
Thanks, Matt. I had this hilarious thought of like, oh, I've nailed it first go, and then I was like, no, you haven't.
We got cocky.
In the end, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks.
Great job. Yeah, good commitment, right? It's
Thank
just
you.
like feeling like, oh, we're here, but just stay with it. Like, yeah.
I
good.
kind of did that. I didn't talk much.
No, you stayed still. Like, yeah, totally.
So
Yeah, you can probably just soften everything. Like how you press, you
Yeah.
can chill out a little bit, like lay it out.
yeah,
At this stage, one of the best tips that I got was like, try to imagine like you're riding a full loop. I think I mentioned that early when we were
you
kind of
did,
creating some press. But yeah, at this stage, I think that it's good to just talk a little bit and just keep trying. You got that? You're okay to continue doing that again?
I'm down just to get some mileage in.
Perfect. Yeah, all
I
right.
feel
let's
the
do
energy
that.
being done through the day, but this is great.
I'm going to join you as well so we can stay on the
Awesome.
same program. Get it. You! Did he roll away? Yahoo! Yes!
Oh man. Thanks, dude.
Dude, did you roll
good
away?
Yeah,
Holy shit, I got goosebumps.
I hope you got that.
How'd that feel?
Sounds amazing.
Dude, as soon as he came off it, I was like, oh shit, he's got it. Like, that looked perfect.
And it's funny because I'm worried now I can't replicate it because it kind of just happened. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't really
Well, let's go.
thinking. Yeah.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
This is the best way we're gonna replicate it. Is
Yeah.
don't stop.
Yeah, Mike.
That's great, 2 in a row that he's got, right? Sick. I'm gonna watch from here. I haven't seen a landed one yet from this end. Oh, I love it. That was so clean. That was awesome.
Nice.
Also, a little over rotate.
That one hurt. I love this bag. It feels like there's almost more margin for error when you land. It feels good.
It's a little messy, but I'll take it.
Like, that was sick.
Yeah, I was just kind of like tapping into the vibe. I'm like, I should jump into like a little bit more wherever my comfort zone stuff. Nice. Yeah, it's funny. There's a little bit of this, and it what started off, and I think still is a little bit of like it's like a comfort thing. Like he's trying to see his landing early. It actually throws a bit of style on it. Funny enough.
Whoa.
Okay, man, I think I'm gonna call it there. See what Mike's up to. Maybe he's gonna do one more run in. Yeah, Mike. Nice one,
I see
man.
the helmet off. We're feeling good.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
happy
pull
with
it there,
that.
end on a high.
Dude, that was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if today we'd end a little bit more like where last session, like we found the full rotation, but it was like kind of a little bit of a battle for it. And
Yeah,
it was
we
like,
just got it.
we're like kind of feel beaten up by it a little bit.
Yeah.
We removed the impact of using the flat bag and consistency. Like that would have been a big ask to keep getting consistency where, you know, it's a lot of impact, and we were already riding for a long time before that.
Yep.
Maybe a little hotter, but that must have been maybe a dozen flips that were perfect.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, I think there was only like 2 in there on this bag that felt like they hurt. Yeah,
Sick.
So that's good. And I don't hurt anymore, so it's temporary
Terrific.
pain. Yeah.
Dude, I'm so stoked.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. So yeah, today feels like a bit of a milestone again. Like first consistent flips to a downhill lander back. Man,
Yeah.
it feels good. Yeah. Really speaks to the process you've taken me through, the process Ryan's taken me through of all those building blocks. Today almost felt easier than some of the other sessions.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Totally. Like that's it. The big part of why I think a lot of people get frustrated on their way to some of these bigger tricks is that the work that's involved in putting it in to get it safely.
Right.
It doesn't really feel all that fun, especially when we find that high, you know, unsuccessful rate a little bit in our trials. You like go home and reset and know that tomorrow's another day. And like that was in that space of just like pressing through the jump at first, right?
Yeah.
Or pressing into the trampoline at first and getting that timing right. Seemed like something so simple, it's not really a trick, but it all contributes to what will become the trick.
Yeah.
And then this stage of that process, while it's like the most exciting because it is the flip now, it feels like way less effort because of all the time that you took to put into the fundamentals. It was beautiful.
Amazing, man. So just kind of checking into my end goal I said at the start of this process, or we kind of set together of doing this flip on a proper dirt jump. We've identified the Nesters jumps there as like the destination where we're going to finish this goal, this project. At the start, I said I'd like to do it by the end of August. Norco's been very kind to lend me this beautiful bike until the end of August.
Oh, sweet.
So it's about 2 weeks away.
Okay.
I wanted to check in on your thoughts of like this is where we are. What's in between here and there?
Well, I think now it's more just a question of which jump are we thinking about doing it to dirt. I think the safest place to go where things are most common with what we have here, where we've learned to do it, you've put in the fundamental understanding of what it feels like. We want to find a location that replicates that as much as possible, and the Nesters jump would be that. So it would just be a question of the large jump or the middle jump. And based on what we're doing so far, the middle jump would be the place to go. We can experiment a little bit with our 8-foot lip here, and that would make it even stronger of a flip understanding if you can flip under control in a large jump like that.
So definitely getting back here, doing some good practice sessions, getting some mileage in, maybe even taking a look at the Nesters jump, riding that again.
Totally.
And kind of, connecting the dots so that we can hopefully get there in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think a good plan might be to visit the Nesters jump without rotations and just kind of get back to that and then start to imagine it.
Yep.
And then perhaps on flip day, I think the most ideal situation when it's the day where you're feeling like you want to take it to the mulch, we visit this one and the mulch in the same day if we can organize that.
So, yeah.
That would be advantageous. If you can find a lot of success with consistency on the flips within the hour of trying it on the
Yeah,
mulch.
that makes sense. Kind of like how we went back to the flat fag lander, did some flips there, and took them straight to the slope lander.
Yeah.
Awesome,
And at this
man.
stage, I think that middle takeoff might be the go.
Yeah.
We'll kind of see how things pan out if you feel differently after we hit some 8-foot step potentially, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Cool.
Awesome, dude. Well, thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Absolutely, Jake. I'm
Been
so thrilled
fantastic.
with the progress. It's been really fun to watch it and be a part of it. I'm stoked.
Awesome. Thanks for all the kind words, dudes. And thank you, Zach, for filming.
No problem.
Fantastic, dude. That's a wrap.